and welcome to this week's episode of Light the Wick. I'm Lou Rivera.
And I'm Stephanie Stanovich.
On today's show, we'll check out Youngstown Flea, learn about a new exhibit in the Oh Wow Museum, and get an inside look into what it's like to be a student marshal. Last Saturday, the Museum of Industry and Labor held a reunion for the retired steelworkers of Youngstown. Reporter Zachary Rovnak and Sergio Lopez have more.
Last Saturday, the Historical Center of Industry and Labor held a reunion for the past steelworkers of Youngstown. It has been 38 years since U.S. Steel shut down Ohio Works, ending an era of steelmaking in Youngstown. An estimate of 60 workers attended the event to share their memories of working in the steel yards. We talked to John Liana, who is an independent contractor who facilitates projects for the Historical Center of Industry and Labor.
When you get people like this in a setting like this, it's kind of informal, yet there's a program and it sparks their memory. Okay, and right away people will want to talk, okay, and want to share their experiences, and that's what we're about. Sharing these experiences so that we can keep them for future generations.
After the event, people were able to admire the museum's displays that have been archived for over 20 years and still expanding. The museum has a collection of workers' tools, clothing, to badges of steel that have been produced over the years. Reporting for Light the Wick, this is Sergio Lopez.
Oh Wow, the Roger and Gloria Jones Children's Center for Science and Technology opened a new exhibit in downtown Youngstown. The exhibit is called Amazing Airwaves and has been there for 6 years on this project, and it finally opened this month. Their exhibit collection encourages visitors to make observations and promotes independent thinking. This helps them modify the given experiment and get better results.
5 YSU students will be traveling to South Africa on May 3rd to provide supplies to children affected by AIDS in their rural township schools. Project Learning Around the World is a nonprofit mission created by psychology students and the coordinator of Bowling Green School of Psychology program in 2005. YSU's own Dr. Audrey Ellenwood is in charge of the trip, and each student involved is expected to raise a minimum of $100 to go straight towards supplies and travel. The group held fundraisers such as trivia and tasting night at the Magic Tree Pub and Eatery. Geraldine Guy, a YSU student who will be traveling to South Africa, says that this experience has changed her life just as much as she feels she changed theirs. Any individual who attends YSU that wants to be a part of this experience is welcome to join. The course that is taken alongside the trip is offered through the Department of Counseling, Special Education, and the School of Psychology. If you or know anybody who would be interested, you can find more info on the website listed on the screen.
Light the Wick reporters Brianna Blackburn and Paige Slavic were able to catch up with Quincy Carrier, a senior telecommunications student. Quincy is also a student marshal, and he gave us some insight into what responsibility that title holds.
A student marshal, he kind of leads the entire college out there when the graduation ceremony starts. So you'll see a bunch of people come out, and then one guy has this big banner kind of thing. That's what I'll be doing. That's the job of the marshal, kind of to lead the college out there. What goes into setting it up? Right now it's just a lot of emails so far from Christina Texter. She's sent me a lot of stuff about just making sure you're prepared, making sure you're showing up early, making sure you're modeling for everybody else that's there. Also, there's just a lot of work in making sure that your physical appearance is something that's presentable. So there'll be a lot of pictures taken of you on that day. And, you know, making sure you don't fall when you're holding the banner, because that'd be pretty embarrassing for yourself and the college. So just make sure you keep your feet together, you know. Well, they do 2 different graduations. I know one's at 9:30, the other one's at 2:30. I think it takes on average about 2 hours and 30 minutes is what I hear from other people, about 2 hours, 30 minutes, depending on the size of your class, give or take 15 minutes.
Rainy summer days can be spent inside a couple of Youngstown's museums. Light the Wick reporters Emily Frazzini and Nicolette Pizzuto paid a visit to one of the Valley's most popular museums. Located on Wick Avenue, the Butler Institute of American Art was founded in 1919 by Joseph Butler and is the first museum of American art. The museum's goal is to preserve and collect art pieces from artists in the U.S. that have over 20,000 works. It includes sculptures, paintings, sketches, drawings, and even a technology session with lights, gadgets, and movies. The museum is open to the public Tuesday through Thursday from 11 to 4 and Sunday noon to 4.
On a hot summer day in 1945, Alice Handel began serving ice cream out of her husband's gas station in Youngstown. Since then, Handel's Ice Cream and Yogurt has expanded to locations across the country. Handel's has over 100 different flavors, which includes some with no sugars added, so there is something for everyone. Handel's has been documented in national publications such as USA Today, People Magazine, U.S. News, and World Report. The ice cream is made fresh daily at each location with loads of toppings available to take care of any cravings you may have. Handel's is open year-round, so find a store near you today.
The first day of Youngstown Flea happened this past weekend. Emily Frazzini and myself covered the story.
I'm David Jones. I go by Davy Jones. My business is Chisel Me Timbers by Davy Jones.
Hi, my name is Mark Dezicki. This is my wife and her sister's business. It's called Two Sisters Handcrafted Goods.
My name is Connie Fitzpatrick. I do wedding elegance.
My name is Jovan Gonzalez, and I run Flight School Apparel.
Well, Youngstown Flea, it's a group of makers, artisans, people who resell vintage goods. It's really great for the city. It brings a lot of people out.
My role here is as a vendor, and anything that we can do to bring people like myself and anyone else that has a business, growing and thriving business, it certainly brings us into contact with one another.
It's an avenue of self-expression. It's an avenue to have makers produce things that they're passionate about.
It gives us an opportunity to all come together in Youngstown and the local area and just show how we could support each other and local businesses that are trying to grow and expand.
It's really great for the city. It brings a lot of people out. Community involvement is great. And I like seeing, just people come out and talk to during the day instead of just everyone staying at home or shopping at big stores. It's good to see that again.
It revitalizes the community, the downtown area, and I really enjoy being a part of it.
If you missed it this time around, don't worry. Youngstown Flea will be coming back around plenty of times for you to go check it out. It is located right next to the Cavelli Center. For dates and more info, visit their website listed below. If you have any stories that you'd like us to cover in the fall, check out our social media pages listed on the screen. That will conclude this season of Light the Wick. We will be taking a break for the summer, but Light the Wick will return in September. We'd like to thank our cast and crew for their hard work in making this show possible.
And we would like to wish the best of luck to our graduating seniors. Thanks for tuning in. I'm Stephanie Stanovich.
And I'm Lou Rivera.
Have a great summer, Youngstown, and we'll see you in the fall.